Hello and welcome back to Matt Ryan Photo. Now I have spent probably the last 2 weeks of getting out when I can and filming and shooting photos with a very old camera. Now this is a pre-war camera, meaning it was before World War II. And it's this one right here. It's an Art Deco camera. It is the Kodak 620 folding camera, and it is absolutely a beautiful camera. It's all Art Decoed out, just gorgeous, and it is in fabulous shape, except the bellows. The bellows were not in good shape, and it's got light leaks from somewhere else that I have tried and tried and tried to remedy. I even sealed up the bellows here with liquid electrical tape inside and out in order to get rid of all of the light leaks that are coming in from these bellows. And I even taped up the rear here, as you see on the back side. It just didn't work out. It just did not work out, and it's something that I'm just not going to spend really any more energy on for now. Maybe someday I will, because this is an absolutely gorgeous camera that has an amazing history to it. It's been all over the world, and I would love to resurrect this camera at some point. But right now, it's just not going to work. So I've had to pretty much scrub all my video, all my photos, scans, everything like that, because none of them were good enough to put out. So, yeah. At the same time, though, the person who donated this also donated this. It's from the same owner, same era. This was 1934 was when this was made. This was like 1940, so this is like 6 years newer, and this is 35 millimeter. This is one of the early 35 millimeters. So I decided, since both of these were owned by the same person, both of these went to the war, both of these went all over the world and have seen God only knows what, I wanted to take this out and I wanted to photograph with it. And this is the Argus. I'm sure you're familiar with Argus, like the brick is very well-known camera, the C3. And this is an early version of the brick. And this is also another Art Deco camera. And when I say Art Deco, it's the design that they put into it. It's an Art Deco design, very, very 30s, early 40s style design. And I love Art Deco. Art Deco is just a beautiful, beautiful design. It's just, Art Deco is just amazing. I like those old like 30s like restaurants and clubs that you see on the old movies and stuff like that. They're absolutely gorgeous, and that's how these were actually designed and made. And if you look on the back here, you'll see that it has like a very nice Art Deco stencil in there, or pinstriping. There is a military sticker on the back, but other than that, this is a fabulous camera. I mean, look at the lens on that. It's all just brass. The back side is aluminum. The main body is actually Bakelite, which is an old plastic, very heavy duty, very dense plastic. And really, Bakelite was probably still would be a good choice of plastic for a camera. But yeah, I mean, this was very, very simple. This is the Argus AA. Now, the Argus A is a very more, I would say, it's a more common camera. It's more known, and it's kind of very similar to this. It almost looks the same in a sense, but on the lens, you actually can adjust your shutter. There is no shutter adjustments on this. This is one speed shutter. And the only adjustments that you can make with this is going to be 3 different stops with your aperture. And that is, was it 6.3, 9, and 12.7. Is it 12.7? Yeah, 12.7. As you can see, if you look right on the bottom here, see what it says there. But really what this is a 84, 85-year-old point and shoot. That's what it is. You simply point it, hit the shutter, and you're done. That's it. It's a quick, easy point and shoot camera, and it's fun to shoot. It's fun to shoot. I wasn't sure how this was actually going to do. I thought it was going to be light leaks. I thought it was going to look like crap, but I was pleasantly surprised of just how good this actually does. One thing I did notice, though, is anything at a distance, it didn't do very good. It's like out of focus after a certain distance. I mean, this was really a fun camera. It was fun to take photos with it. And it's kind of neat because unlike this camera here, where you have to open a window on the back and advance your film and look for the number on the paper backing of the 120 film, this will actually keep count. And there's a counter right on the front here. And after you hit your shutter, release the shutter, you would press this button here, and then you simply advance your film, and it will actually stop it. So everything is framed nicely, and it's spaced out perfectly, and it did a fantastic job, and it keeps count up to 36 frames. And to get into it, you just, right here, there's some steel right here, a little bump. You push that in, and you grab the leather tab, and the whole back comes off. And there you go. This is the simple internals of this camera. Very, very simple. This pretty much drives the counter. This is your take-up spool, and this is where you put your film. And then, you know, this pops down just like any other 35mm today. And you know what? It was fun. Definitely a fun camera. And I can see myself taking it out and doing more photographs once I really get familiarized myself with how this camera works and how it runs. And yeah, I mean, maybe I can do a little bit more to it to figure out the infinity focus, because it seems to be off a little bit with infinity. But regardless, here are the photos that I did with the Argus AA. So this was kind of a spur of the moment type, grab the camera, run and gun type deal with this. So I don't have any like footage of me taking photos with it, but I do have a photo of my dog Hank taking a dump. You're welcome. It really is a pretty cool looking little camera. That Art Deco design is pretty slick. And I gotta say, I do like the look of the lens and the way it shoots, but you can start seeing how it's really dying off at a distance when it really shouldn't be. Now here I'm just at the lake, which is frozen over still, but you're gonna really see just how this kind of falls off. The focus falls off. It's like it's at just a certain range that it works, and then after that it's just poof. Well, and I'll show you. Like here, this looks fine. This actually looks pretty good. It's a little soft, but it looks good. That looks great. I'd say it's fairly sharp. And then that, just blah. And here are some more that are just blah. You know, very soft, out of focus. But I think this camera deserves a chance to be fixed, so I'm gonna spend some time on it to actually bring this camera back to its former glory. These old cameras, they have so much history to them. It's like, where did they go? What did they see? What did they capture? You know, who was using them? That's what I just love about these old cameras, is the history that could be behind these things. And I know that both of these were in World War II. So these things have gotten around. They've been all over the world, is where these cameras have been. And to me, that's amazing and that's interesting. And no matter how terrible that these cameras might turn out to be due to age, I won't get rid of them. I have no reason to get rid of them. These will be something that I will probably keep for a very, very long time, being that these were at war in World War II, and they have taken probably some just incredible and amazing photos. And that gives me a lot of enjoyment, I guess, when looking at these. And it's not enjoyment because of the war, you know. I mean, it was tragic, it was terrible, but knowing that these cameras have just been through that and they survived is incredible. So, well, I appreciate you watching the video. I hope to catch you next time. If you haven't clicked like already, please do. Ring that bell, and I'll see you in the next video.